He's done that sound before.
I know he did, but he didn't do it on his first album, from what I remember.
No, not There You Have It, but he did it on New Beginnings, right?
Yeah,
that
but I thought he was doing the
project,
same thing on that. I thought we had some of the same gripes there.
It worked.
Well, if he did it on 2 albums in a row, then he wants to do it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think he wants to do it.
Dead in Hip Hop album review. Reason, Porches. This is definitely not the first time that we cover Reason. Back 4 years ago, we did There You Have It. And then we also did New Beginnings. So make sure you go back in the history and the archives of Dead in Hip Hop and go watch those if you want to know how we felt about Reason back then. My initial thoughts on this one right here was TDE definitely has a formula. And I don't know how to describe it just like individually, like its components, but this felt the most TDE out of all of his projects so far. From the production to the storytelling, like how he had on, I want to say, Send You to the Afterlife, like with the gunshot and all of that. Obviously reminiscent of Kendrick on Good Kid, Mad City. This one was like just, it just felt so TDE-like. You know what I'm saying? This one. Even he had a song, At It Again, felt like J-Rock's Win.
Okay, I you know what? I was kind of thinking that a little bit too. I'm like, damn, this sound, it got that same bounce.
Yeah, it has that same bounce. It has that same bounce. So this one here just felt extremely TDE, and it has that sauce and that flavor on it. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So I enjoyed it. I definitely enjoyed it, but that was my initial reaction to the project. How'd y'all feel?
Yeah, I kind of agree with that. It had like a TDE feel, but I don't know if that's the feel that I necessarily wanted. Because I noticed he does do that with J-Rock. You know what I'm saying? He has like some kind of popular joints with it. And I know he said in the past that, you know, J-Rock just like kind of records some songs and they kind of just pick the songs, what's going to go on the album. Mm-hmm. I don't particularly like that. I just feel like some of the stuff on here isn't his bag. And the stuff that is his bag, it really sounds good. But like for the stuff that isn't quite his bag, he can do it, but it just, I don't know if that's what I want for Reason. But yeah, the stuff that like some of the, you know, more serious kind of, I guess you could say boom bapish sounds, I think he does well on that. Some of that big stuff, I'm not a huge fan of it, you know, but he does it okay. I like Reason, you know what I'm saying? He can rap, he can construct a song, but if there's a TDE formula and this is the formula, I don't think this is it. I don't think this is gonna get it. Personally,
it felt very top heavy to me, and what I mean by that is more of the upbeat, high tempo sounding songs kicked off the album. It kind of set you up for a feeling that it didn't really manage to maintain throughout the album. Like it did mellow out, slow down a little bit, got a little bit more serious, and right around Bustin', it kind of brought it back a little bit with Ray Vaughn, and then there were a couple of other tracks that kind of brought the tempo back a little bit. But you know, when you have Caucasian Estates, At It Again, when you start off with that much type of energy, it's like I would have loved to have heard more of that towards the back end, or a couple of more songs that were similar to that. Because I really like that sound that he did, and he did that on his last album before, so it's not something that's outside of what he does. But it's just, I don't know, maybe the sequencing could have been tweaked a little bit, or maybe just a couple of more records like that, because I think he does it really, really well. You know, even if it may sound like a J-Rock or something like that, but you know, I liked it, and I think I would love to hear more of that from him instead of just in pockets. But overall, I thought it was a really, really good listen. Singing to the Afterlife was good. Gang Shit I messed with. Number 9 I could just completely do without, but I understand it. It's the radio track.
FTN.
Yeah, it's the radio track, so I get it. You know, you got to go after that demo, and I understand it. You know, I didn't like it, but I'm sure there are a lot of people that may like it. Gina I thought was cool. Bussin' I really didn't like at first, but
it grew on you?
Yeah, because Ray Vaughn was throwing me off, bro. You liked him?
I liked Ray Vaughn. I think he sounds super unpolished.
Yeah.
But I think that's what I like about him.
Okay.
Like he came in, and first of all, he sounded too high in the mix.
Yeah.
He was yelling. But instantly I was like, there's something about this guy. And I went back on the second listen and I was like, no, I think I like this Ray Vaughn guy. I haven't looked into his music, but I like him on that track.
Yeah.
I can see why someone would not though.
Yeah. I think you described it perfectly, like unpolished. And I was like, what the hell is going on here?
Because Reason's too laid back sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Reason doesn't give me like a lot of passion, not in his lyrics or whatever, but in his projection. So when he was up against Ray Vaughn, it was like, that's a weird mix. But I grew to like the weird mix.
So Myke, did you feel like that throughout this project with Reason? Just the non-projection or the too laid backness throughout, or was it just in pockets?
I felt what Rob was saying, except for I liked him on those big songs. It's hard to describe with this. I do think the album was cool. I wasn't blown away by it. I didn't love it, but there were songs where I was like, oh, this is really good. But then there were other songs where I was like, this ain't it. I don't think Reason was projecting the way that I'd want him to if he's gonna do this type of rap. Like on the really laid back songs, he sounds fine. But then when you have a song like At It Again, I didn't think he sounded good on that.
Okay.
You know, I think that he sounded a little bit uncomfortable. The way it started off, I thought that song was really good. Really understated beat. He sounded excellent on it. And like Rob was saying, I like that idea of connecting with people through the way we grew up, which is sitting on porches, talking to each other. I thought that was dope. Then when it rolled into Caucasian Estates, I was like, oh shit. All right, Reason. But then when it got to At It Again, I was like, ooh, I don't like this. I don't like this. And I felt that way throughout most of the albums. I really like this. I don't like this.
At It Again, what was it about it that you didn't like specifically? Because I like that track. Like I said, it reminded me, the first time I heard it, I'm like, this is Win 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 by J-Rock.
I didn't even think about that record.
Yeah, it was the first thing I thought.
It got that same bounce
First
and everything.
I hear it now, yo.
Yeah, his tonality in that,
It didn't fit.
I don't disagree, but I felt like that was a perfect song for a feature that didn't happen. But I liked him on it. But it wasn't perfect for him, but I liked him, but I would have liked it more if he would have had another person on there.
So there were rumors of a couple of features that didn't come through. I think ESTG was one.
Really?
And somebody else, yeah.
Interesting.
That would have been interesting
Jack
on
Harlow
that
was
track.
supposed to be on that one.
Caucasian Estates?
Really?
Don't listen to Myke.
Oh.
Hey, kid was serious for a second.
Yeah, he was. Mike
You should
was
have saw how
serious.
kid looked at you. Really?
He's really gonna go and be on Caucasian Estates. But no, At It Again, I don't know. I just don't think he sounded comfortable on that. And I think that was kind of a running theme. I started to think like with the songs that I didn't particularly care for, like FTN, like Too Much. I was like, I don't think he really sounds that comfortable here. But there were other songs like Porch Steps, where I think he sounded incredible. And I don't know who Dirty Dell or Junie is. All I know is I liked the two women features on there, and I really liked the one that was doing that kind of like sultry-ish rapping, but I don't know which one of them that was.
Oh, okay. You talking about on that track, or you talking about
on Porch
those two
Steps?
tracks? Okay.
No, on Porch Steps. Yeah, I don't know which one of them that was. Only thing I walked away with is this is cool. It's not bad.
Yeah.
Certainly not bad. It's not great. I feel like if he shaved off probably 5 of these songs, it would have been a really solid project.
I don't
I think
disagree.
he was trying to cover too many demographics.
100%. It didn't loop the Porch theme all the way.
Yeah, you're right. He should have leaned more into that.
Yep.
You know?
It got away from it a little bit.
So I
throughout
do
the
sort of
project.
agree with that. I think it was sort of lengthy because of the time in between projects, because it's been about 3 years or so. So maybe that's why he wanted to like give people like, you know, some volume, something to listen to.
I'm better. You just come back with an EP that's fucking solid.
Yeah, like you could
some flow.
exactly EP mixtape plus the project. You know what I'm saying? Like later down, if you want, well, I'm just
He would love
overwork this man like he's a slave.
I know, right?
But Beezy, we haven't heard from you. How do you feel about this joint?
Yeah, I'm with Mike. I thought it was a cool project. I think it was definitely very up and down for me because it was like songs that I like really like by him, and it was songs where I was like, I can. Then it was other songs I'm like, oh man, I like this shit. I like when he be on this like really introspective type shit. Like I said, like Faded off Poor and Riches, and what was that? I like Too Much. Too Much was cool. Rich Mirages. I thought that was a dope joint right there.
That's a really good one.
Like, yeah, so like that's the reason why I was like, okay, yeah, this is where he needs to be. And I don't want to like
box him.
Yeah, I don't want to box him in because I understand he want to try different sounds.
Yeah.
I think the single for this was You Better.
Does he though? That I guess
Does he
like,
what?
Does he want to try different sounds, or is he trying to cater to a certain demographic? You know what I'm saying?
I think he's when he released the single called "The You Better," Jesus Take the Wheel. I was like, okay, he's trying for it. Like I think he released that as a single.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, is he being pushed? What I'm asking is like, do you think he's being pushed to create that sound, or is that something that he genuinely wants to do?
I think that's something he genuinely wanted to do.
I don't think we've gotten enough of Reason's backstory to know the difference, and I think that's the problem.
But here's my thing though, like it's kind of to what you.
No, I was saying he's done this. He's done that sound before.
I know he did, but he didn't do it on his first album, from what I remember.
No, not that you haven't, but he did it on New Beginnings, right?
Yeah, but I thought he was doing the same thing on that. I thought we had some of the same gripes there.
It worked.
Well, if he did it on 2 albums in a row, then he wants to do it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think he wants to do it. I think he just genuinely wants to kind of switch it up.
If this was the first time he did it, I'd be with you. But if he did it on that album too, then it's what it is.
Because There You Have It did not have that type of sound.
That's what
but he wasn't with TDE, was he?
No, I mean he released it a year before, and then he re-released it on TDE.
Right, so that was Reason's project that he put out.
Right.
Yeah, but again, you don't think once you go to a label, they like, look, you need to spruce this up some. You need to have some big songs, because they do it with Schoolboy. I mean, they do it with all of them. They do it with all of them, and probably except Kendrick. But like everybody, they do it with everybody, and maybe not Absol. I don't think.
Well, you kind of going back to what Feefo was saying.
People been making is that a lot of sounds like throwaway like TDE tracks.
That's what I was saying early on. I'm like, it just like I agree with you on the formula thing, but I just don't think it works for him. And Myke kind of alluded to this as well. I don't want to put words in his mouth, but he just didn't seem like he felt comfortable doing it. It was cool, but it just didn't feel quite comfortable to me.
So with you felt like, man, you really want to do this type of
shit? Yeah, because I think I like the introspective
me too.
Reason. You know what I'm saying? But I do like that he attempts this thing, because he does it okay. Mm-hmm. But look at what we're saying. We're saying, oh, it's okay. It's cool. It is just not quite him.
I don't know what Reason wants to do, and if we're going to assign some of this to TDE, formulaic, right? Mm-hmm. With that introspective stuff, it's only like so far you can go demographically, right?
I don't think so. Like, I think you can lean into the whole Porches idea, because you see everything. You see a lot of different things from the Porch. You just take that concept and make it a bigger Porches concept, or a lot. You know what I'm saying? And that, but I don't feel like that's what he did. That's what he did.
I'm just saying in terms of like growth as an artist, like expanding your reach, becoming more of a name out there that people like. Like the introspective stuff is cool, but
I feel what you're
it's
saying.
only a couple of some of the people.
People
want to hear that high energy
with it though.
Okay,
like, I do think that Reason is a creative rapper. I think he's a good rapper. But this project, I'm almost leaning towards what Rod is saying. The fact that he sounded so uncomfortable on so many parts of this made me wonder what was going on. Like, what were you trying to do this, or was someone saying, hey, you should do more of this? I understand he did it on the album before this, and to be totally honest, I barely remember that album, but I don't remember feeling this way. I remember walking away saying, that shit's good, I just didn't return to it that much. This one, if I'm being totally blunt and honest, I'm not returning to this, because there's only like 4 or 5 songs that I really liked. But those songs that I really liked, I think had touches of brilliance. Porch Steps and the first song, I really think they had touches of brilliance. And I feel like those songs felt like Reason. Again, I don't have enough backstory to say this definitively, but those songs, what I thought Reason was gonna be. But then this album was just kind of all over the place. And those other places he went didn't seem like him.
I felt like Reason turned in a Porches album,
and they might have turned it back.
And they turned it back like, you need to spruce this up a little bit. That's what it feels like to me, because those introspective sounds sound, like you said, brilliant. It's just like, how you have those songs with You Better. But again, I'm not saying he doesn't do it cool. He does it cool, but cool's not enough.
Cool's not enough.
Cool's not enough.
No.
So it's like, I just feel like he had an album that was really, really good. Probably not, like you said, gonna attract new ears and stuff like that. But I feel like he had a really good introspective album here with something called Porches, and then they added these other elements to it.
Like,
and now this is what we got.
Hearing those dates, like in the beginning, I'm like, okay, this is like a significant with those dates that you kept hearing in the background, and I'm just like, okay, he really about to do this. But yeah, like I said, it was so up and down, and I can't really say it was sequencing because if he would have put, the songs I like first, and then you'd be like, wait, what the hell? It wouldn't have mattered. So it's like
the songs don't fit.
Because the songs don't fit.
Is that what I'm trying to get more understanding from you guys?
What it feels like is, it feels like they're trying to make him a TDE artist versus pushing who Reason is. Like putting honing in on what and who Reason is as a sound and as an artist.
I don't know how much I feel you on that, Ralph, because I mean, Isaiah Rashad didn't do that. This whole TDE formula that you're talking about.
It sounded formulaic to you?
No,
it didn't.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So when you're saying this TDE formula, even Schoolboy's last album didn't sound TDE formulaic.
Where's the history of them doing this with other artists?
That's what I'm asking.
But Schoolboy, Ab, J-Rock, all of them guys are part of what the formula has become.
Ab-Soul is?
No.
Where?
Take Ab out of there, but to me, J-Rock, Schoolboy, parts of Kendrick is partly of what this sound has become. And when I listen to this project, I agree with everybody on here, but I feel like they're not polishing up who Reason is. And also, you said, Ken, that maybe that they're trying to add these songs to reach a bigger audience. When you have a crew like TDE and like Dreamville and all of these type of rap crews, some people just don't make sense to push them out there like that. You know what I'm saying? Because that isn't necessarily the comfort zone, or it doesn't sound the best. You know what I'm saying? For some artists, it may be a little reachy.
Well, because he talked about some of that on this album. About he talked about it on the last album about how
being next to him, and the expectation is that you're supposed to help me get to this point, but it's supposed to really be on myself.
Exactly. It might not be them. Maybe just him saying that out loud, or saying that actually, putting it out there in the space. He's like, I need to try and experiment with some of these other things that I've seen work on TDE and with other artists. So that may be it. It may not be them. It may not be. Maybe him wanting to kind of build up his profile and grow and expand and reach, different listeners with those type of records.
Yep, that's where I was getting at too. Yeah, I don't want to put all this on TDE. I know that's a common narrative to say it's the label. But again, I don't think we know enough about Reason yet to say it's the label.
I agree.
This could be the fact that Reason knows that he is a very talented writer, because he is. He's clearly a very talented writer. Reason might be like, I want to be out there in the front. I want to be the face of TDE now that, Schoolboy hasn't dropped yet, Ab already dropped, and Kendrick's gone. I want, it's my time to be out here. So maybe he was just trying to do some things that were a little bit different. My thing is, I'm on the opposite end of Rob, because I do like some of those kind of like loud, like gang shit. I like those songs. It's some of the other ones where I just don't feel like he felt comfortable. And that's the weird thing, because I don't want to say this sounded rushed. I don't think that's the word. It just sounded like, I really don't even know what else to say. Just uncomfortable is what I felt from this.
And I didn't mind some of the loud thing, like Caucasian Estates. I think that was kind of loud. I did enjoy that one. Was Bussin' loud?
Yes.
Yeah, Bussin'. I like Bussin'.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so it's not.
That's what Rayvon. Yeah,
so I'm not. It's not that I don't like when he got loud. It was like you said. It was some of those other ones that he just didn't feel comfortable on. I can't remember exactly which ones, but yeah, some of those other ones I just didn't feel it. But again, he's very talented though, so it still is okay. At the same time, it's really weird.
But something you said just clicked. You said you didn't feel it. I think that's what it is. I didn't feel what he was trying to convey. When you talk about the other TDE artists, which I still, that's why I'm kind of on the fence with this formula thing. When J-Rock says shit, I feel every word. I'm not even talking about the hard stuff. I even still like Redemption. I don't give a fuck what none of these people say. I like Redemption. I think that there are moments on Redemption where he's saying some real shit. I feel it. When Ab-Soul says stuff, even if I don't know what the fuck he's talking about, because he's so heady, I still walk away being like, damn, I felt that shit. I don't know what I felt, but I felt it. There are a lot of moments on here where he was saying some profound stuff, but I didn't feel it. It almost felt like he wasn't, I don't want to say conviction, because I feel like I wish I knew Reason more as an artist. But there were just moments where he would say certain things. I'm like, okay, that's a cool line, but I don't really feel it like that.
So so you keep saying that, you keep coming back to that. Do you think that we need to see more of him in between projects?
I think this is a me thing.
No, but I feel the same way.
I haven't gone back to his projects enough. That's what I mean. Like, I don't know him like that.
No, I feel you, but also I feel like with some of the other artists, especially at this point in their career, right? Like early on in your career, to going on your third project, like we see interviews, we see this, we see, like there's more of you where now we get an understanding of you. So now it connects more to the music. So where we may have questions on the music, it's like, well, I get it because of X, Y, and Z. We're not getting X, Y, and Z, and then we're just getting the music, and it's like, okay, where's the connection piece?
Exactly. I didn't really even want to bring this up, but I feel like you're hitting the nail on the head. Like, we didn't even get that many interviews with him, and then when we do get an interview with him, it's some fuck shit, you know, where he's being insulted.
Yeah.
So it's like, I still haven't gotten enough of Reason, but I don't think that that's Reason's fault.
No.
I think that's more my fault for just not digging in like that. But he's one of those artists that didn't really make me want to dig in like that. So I can't blame it on Reason. I can take accountability for that myself, but I still think that he sounded very uncomfortable on a lot of these songs, and that's my main problem.
Y'all like Dolce?
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I like her.
Oh, it's a person.
She's a TDE artist, right?
Yeah, number 14.
Oh, she's on
I Don't Trust You.
Yeah.
I didn't at first, but I think she kind of.
I like her, man. She's very comfortable in what she does. Like,
I haven't heard enough of her to like be like.
I played
like her.
one single, and I did not like it at all.
Yeah, I haven't heard enough of her.
She's different. She's like eclectic.
That song was different.
No, she's definitely eclectic, but like I like that about her. Like an amped up SZA or something. Like it's I think they got a song together too.
Yeah, I thought Junie was the unsung hero throughout this project. I think
her voice is beautiful.
Yeah, her voice was dope as hell. Her and the producer Hollywood Cole, I thought he was like kind of like an unsung hero.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we talk about the beats. The production was really good on this.
Oh yeah, the production. Yeah, I didn't have an issue with the beats really at all. You
Especially
know?
on Bussin'. That beat
Bussin' was
hard with that piano riff and that
Bussin'.
hard ass beat.
What about the
Caucasian
other
Mistakes.
People
features?
said they don't know these niggas like them John B or something like that. I was like, that's a pretty cool line.
No, the beats overall on this was definitely.
I agree.
enjoyed them.
How about the other features though? I like Sir on this.
I'm gonna be honest. No one jumped out at me except for on Porch Steps.
Yeah.
That was the only.
Well, Rayvon.
And Junie is on
Porch.
Porch Steps, so
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, Junie and Dirty Dell.
Yeah.
But again, I don't know which one is the one that I liked
Gotcha.
because I don't think. I'm thinking it was probably Dirty Dell that I was paying because she's the one that was rapping, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna get this wrong. Watch. Dirty
Yeah.
Dell's probably
Yeah.
a dude, and I fucked this all up. But either way, I like that song. I like both features.
Yeah, Junie was the one that stood out for me as far as features.
Yeah, she's
The most,
great.
yeah. And Rayvon too with his.
Yeah, Rayvon stood out for the wrong reasons, and then he stood out for the right reasons. I came
Just tell
around,
me what
Mike.
it
Thank God I did, because Baby Tate.
Huh?
Baby
He's
Tate
on
was-
FTN.
Oh,
I didn't like the song all that much, but Baby Tate stood out to me.
she was the one that was singing. That person was singing.
I think that was
that was Junie.
That
Never
was
mind.
Junie.
That was
but
Junie.
yeah, I'm kind of like Mike. Nobody else really popped out outside of that.
Say Port Riches real quick.
Pouring riches.
Say it fast.
Really,
Pouring
Mike.
riches.
Say it
Porches. Porches. Porridge.
I don't think I'm crazy. I think that's
you think that was intentional? You think that was intentional?
so. Because he talked about porches the whole song.
Yeah.
Poor riches. Porches.
Okay, I'll give it to you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Like, you got it, bro. You got it, bro.
Even if it's wrong, the cleverness of it, it sounds right.
Say you.
Even if it's wrong, it sounds right, bro.
Just tell him you're welcome.
Gotta say it fast, man.
Faded off poor
Faded
and
off
riches. Poor and riches.
Gotta say it
Poor
fast.
riches.
You enunciating too
I
hard.
know, right? Like,
This
bruh,
is rap.
Come
Poor
on.
and riches.
Right.
I need to be a little bit. I need to tap
You
into
Aesop rocking it.
the southern.
Yeah.
Faded off poor and riches.
Now that we saying anything, I think I'm taking it back.
For a hot second, though, I thought Melly Mel was on the album.
You stupid.
I did too. I thought it was a feature.
I thought he was gonna be. When I got to that
Bruh.
song, I was like, he about to fucking.
I thought I was like, oh my
joint said
god,
feature. I didn't think it was I didn't think Melly Mel.
man.
Reason if you watching, I feel like your 3 project run on TDE is good, but you have the potential to be amazing. But this is just good, and you have amazing pockets. You know what I'm saying? So that's how we know that you can be amazing. But in terms of like the overall project, there are certain joints that's just like, but overall, I thought it was a good project. You know, I don't know how much replay value it's gonna have for me as an entire project, but there are definitely things that I'm gonna place on different playlists that I have, because I would like to definitely revisit some of the highlights on this project. But you are still very early on in your TDE career and your rap career overall, so things can change, but pretty good. Not amazing, but I think you could be.
I think you're a really talented artist. I don't know, and I wish you had more success, and I wish that this was going a little better for you with 3 albums in at this point, because yeah, man, you are a really, really dope MC. I just don't know like what is gonna work for you. I think you got to figure out like what are you trying to get out of this?
What's your reason?
Like,
Damn, I think he was holding on to that one. Myke, he was holding on that for the right time. For the right time. You should have panned the camera right to him.
That's good though.
So when he said that,
yeah, man, oh man, it's like almost like trying to find the identity of that you're trying to create with these albums. I want that for you. I want you to find that, and I just don't know if you have yet, you know. And but I really do want you to find that, because I think you have it in you. I think Feefo kind of said that as well. But nah, man, I do think you have a really, really, really good album that a mass amount of people would like, man. And I hope that you're able to find it at some point. And I feel like you touched on some things here, the second album and the first album. So I just hope that at some point you could just kind of bring all that together and create that perfect album. Because man, yeah, I think you deserve it, bro. Because you're really talented, and yeah, there's some dope stuff here.
Cool project, like I mentioned. You know, you got good song concept ideas, and the song themes are really good. I think, and that department you excel. It's just like the other stuff that I think we all was like a broken record sentence. Like you don't feel comfortable with some of the bigger sounding records that you're trying to make. I think At It Again and Caucasian States definitely sound good live. But I mean, just overall, like I said, I think this is a cool project. I'm kind of with people where I don't know if the replay value might be as high as There You Have It. I think that's the album I still revisit a lot the most when I'm in the mood to listen to Reason. But yeah, cool project with this one. I don't love it, I don't hate it, but it's just like bam, right there.
I do like the up-tempo tracks. I really kind of wanted more of that, and I was sitting here thinking that like it was definitely present on New Beginnings, but with this one, the expansion into that area, probably maybe I would like to say maybe do more of that, but based on you know, some of the feedback, you know, my fellow cast members are saying, it's like, I don't know, that may have been too much. So I'm thinking that a little bit more creativity maybe and less safe, if that's a possibility, or just get into what everybody says you do well and just live there, and that could work. But overall, I like what I heard here. I thought it was good. I didn't rock with everything, and overall, I think you're still here, and I think you definitely gonna be around for a while. But yeah, I just think that I don't know. I think just a little bit more balance between that, or pick a side. Is gonna be balanced or more mellow.
The project is okay. I wish I liked it more, because like I said earlier, there really were these spots of writing brilliance that I was like, wow, that's really, really, really dope. And I do think that you have a good voice for rap. I think you have a good flow. I just don't think that you sounded great over some of these beats. I wish you the best. I hope you find a lane that is more your thing, but I just don't know if this is it. You know, I'm not exactly sure what you were going for with this project. Again, I think you're an extremely talented writer. I think you're a great rapper. I just wish there was a little bit more behind the whole concept and the execution. But I will definitely listen to what you do next. And yeah, good luck with everything.